Hello gang, hi. So in this one of this session, what I'm going to talk is about the new topic that is nothing but the reactivity fundamentals. Okay. So what I want to talk about reactivity fundamental is you will be coming with one of the more reactivity declarations is one is the refs and one is the reactive, so to declare the reactivity state. So let's start with the refs. So ref, how it works is when a ref is basically works in with this pseudocode which I've shown you. It has a setter and getter. So what this getter does, it first tracks the value which you have which you have defined, and then it updates the value which I have mentioned here as trigger. Okay, so in the ref, if you see, as I said, it first track and then it updates. Okay, so when the component is rendered for the first time, view tracks every ref that was used during that render, and later on when the ref is mutated, so that particular ref which you mutate, then it will trigger a re-render for the components that are tracking it. Got it? So as I said, this an app has a multiple components which is right, so it will re-render them all. Okay, now coming back to the refs which I talked about, now let's see something called shallow refs also. So just to understand with both of them, I just created a small example so I can just show you all of them in a nutshell. So the ref, so here I have enabled the ref. I disable all the other things. So I have this ref, and here I just write user dot name. Well, if I see my user dot name is ref, and now I have created a change name, and now if I try to change the name, so I click on user, and remember whenever you use ref, you have to define the dot value, and then you can access the value inside it, right? And then I can change it to, let's say, name. That's my name. Yeah. Now if I try to click on this, it works. So this is how the ref works. But in the case of the shallow refs, things aren't like that. It, as I said, it only tracks. So you give the name as John, and it will just track it and it will update. But here is the catch. Now if I try to change it to Neum, it doesn't change. So shallow ref is what is here at one side, the it increases the performance by not updating the things what you define here, but on the other hand, it's not updating the things, right? So you have to choose when to use ref and not ref. Now let's go back to the next topic, that is ref versus shallow refs, which I've just completed right now. Okay, so I will just go with the next thing, that is DOM update timing. So this concept of what it says is when you mutate a reactive state, the DOM is updated automatically. However, it should be noted that the DOM updates are not applied synchronously. Okay, so what that's what we thought, right? What you said and what you get, and then when you said it updates, no, it doesn't work like that directly. What it does, it Vue buffers them until the next tick in the update cycle to ensure that each component updates only once, no matter how many times the state has you have changed. To wait for the DOM to update complete after a state change, you can use the next tick API global API. Okay, so this API, what, see, here's the thing. Once, so next tick is something which comes in between this two state. Okay, so I will say next tick is something, let's say, what I say, the line which actually cuts things off. So here if I draw this line, so this is where the next tick is in a nutshell, right? So whenever you have the things got tracked, now it's time to update in one go. Here is where the next tick, you can create some other functions to run, and then it will automatically update the DOM. So this is was the next tick in the nutshell. So very important concept. Now let's see the rev versus reactive. So as I said, I think I have not taken example of reactive also. So let me just take a one instance of reactive also. So I can just, so we are familiar. So with reactive, we don't need the dot value dot anymore, right? And yeah, I've created the and oh, I wanted to show one more instance. So I just tried it, John 11. Okay. Uh, yeah. And now if I try to change the name, it works how it was working previously without the dot value. But one more thing here, guys. Now if I take, let's say I've created a name. a name called Neum. Uh, Neum, not Neum. It's let's say John 12. Okay, and now if I try to define this ref inside this name here, what you will notice by default it's giving me this John 12, right? And now if I change, I can change it to Neum back. So refs automatically like even if I write like this, it still renders, so it automatically unwraps uh so like unwraps the what I say ref. And one more thing is, as I said, it's still reactive. So if I change the value of name dot value to initial value as John, and as you can see, it still gives me the value of John as the first state. So this is a very good example of how ref works inside reactive state, right? Now let's see, can we try it the other way? I mean, ref ins are like ref, and inside that ref we have reactive. That's the catch. So what we can do is, let's make it to ref sin, and let's make it to reactive. Let's try it out. I have not tried it yet. This might be a good example. So reactive, and I said reactive only accepts only object, right? So it can't have non-primitive things. So John or John whatever. And now if I I don't know will it work or not. Okay, so I've given the user dot I given the user dot name dot and wait a minute, user dot name, just define it. So name and dot value is, no, it's not a ref, so that's why it's coming as a ref. So no, not a value dot name. Okay, I given it to John, and I just change it here. So let's see, and I just make it to dot value dot name, and here let's make it to name. Okay, so now let's try. As you can see, whatever the value I've changed here, it updates. That's great. So reactive is what also works inside the ref, and if I change it, it changes the name to Neum. Now one thing I would like to see here, what really got to understand is thumb of rule should be ref. I'm just writing it here. Thumb of rule should be, you should always create a ref, and inside that ref you can have the reactive, you can have the what I say reactive inside it. Inside the reactive, even if you use ref, it automatically unwraps the things. So this is a very good concept. I got to know later on, but yeah. So here's the catch. And yeah, so as clicked on change, it did work it, and there is nothing required for wrapping, because you can directly put the value. So yeah, I don't know why I took this example better. Okay, so now let's come back to one of the few things which we saw here while we were discussing. So ref actually handles both primitive and objects and array non-primitive things also, but in reactive you have to always define the object. So this is a good catch. Now what I will do is, now let's see a good what the difference between ref and reactive very quick. So ref, as I said, can store primitive values while reactive cannot. Ref data is accessed during the dot value property, which we saw, right? We have to always go with dot value. And in templates, the ref is automatically auto unwrapped, not only in template also, but also in the reactive also it automatically unwrapped. So as you saw, right? So if you go to here, even you don't have to write the user dot value here, you just write user dot name, and even if the user is a ref, so that's the catch, right? You don't have to write the dot value what it says. Now the next thing is refs return a types of, okay, so I think I didn't talk about the types also. So I just so for the ref type, you can just have this type here. And let's say we create a simple example, I don't want to make it more complicated. So you can have this ref imported here, and just like I will just show you a good example of this, how you can use the ref. I will just go here. Mm, and you can just use this ref dot number if you, but here you should only use in TypeScript file. And how you define the TypeScript, that language you are using, is by using the lang equals to ts. Well, that's how you use it. Now let's talk about a very good example of the watch. In watch, the ref and reactive works quite different. When I say quite different, it's only for the ref. So one good example is, let's say counter equals to ref, and now let's take this into the account, and let's see this how the counter ref works. So I have defined the counter number dot ref here. It automatically auto unwraps. So now if I try to counter number dot value, uh and now if I try to update it, I comment all the other things code, guys, so I don't want you to confuse. So I've given the dot value here. uh let's see what is the error. Aha, so are we using somewhere? Okay, I remove this ts. I don't want, I really don't like ts, to be honest. String is not assignable to the number. Oh, so what I do here is I make it to, let's say, 1 or let's say 2, right? Now what I wanted to show here is, when we use the watch, okay, when we use the watch with the ref, and let me just remove this also. When we use the watch with ref, now if I click on this, the change did happen, right? I think I can take a good example from the code itself. I think this will be a good example better. I just want to save the time, guys, that's it. So what I'm saying here is, I've taken a ref here. Okay, now if I click on this, as you can see, on each click we increase the value to 4 and we watch the number, right? So in refs with watch, it watches the dot value all the time. Okay, but let's say when your ref is a non-primitive, or let's say count, right? I make it to 0, and then you access the count, right? And then you increment it. Now if I show you, it updates, it do updates. What I do here in the DOM also, I just make it to dot count. So yeah, now if I click on this, well, it updates, but it doesn't log the console.log. Now to how to enable that is, we have to define something called deep equals to true for them to make to watch internally. So now if you see, things are running. So the main catch here is, in refs, the watch, the like watch doesn't work, watch all the properties deeply. By default you have to define it externally when the data, like when the ref type is of object. Yeah, but let's say in reactive, as I said, reactive uses proxies, right? Now in reactive, if I go with this, and reactive, I made reactive by default supports this, right? Objects only. I don't have to define the this true also, right? I remove the dot value also. Yep, right. Now I think this is a good time to do it. So if I click on increase, as you can see, without defining the dot default also, it watches them deeply. So this is the main difference between both of them. Okay, now we have once covered all of this. I think now it's time to talk some miscellaneous things. By miscellaneous things I mean is the keywords. So limitations of reactive. So I think we have discussed that reactive doesn't supports number, strings, or primitive. Okay, additional ref and wrapping. So yeah, one more thing. Okay, this is what where I want to talk about. The last thing is that the assigning part. So if I think that I have covered here also. So that is the last part, that refs can so third point, that ref value can be assigned entirely to a new object while reactive cannot. So this is very important. So if we see here, so by default, if I have defined a ref and on mounted, if I try to change it, it does change it. Super. But in the in the case of reactive, it doesn't update. It's still 0. So that's a main point here. I think that's what these guys are talking about. So yeah. So what we do here is, like, if we go to the keywords in this, so unlike reactive object, there is no warping performed when the ref is exit an element of reactive early. Okay, so if the ref which you are passing it is a map. That time it's what it says is that it's not actually auto unwrapped, so I think that will print object. I think so, yeah. So ref enveloping only applies if the ref is a top level component in the properties on the render context. This is very important. And in the example, so in the example, this is what they mean by top level. Like instead of defining it in function or not, so you have define a count, okay, and then you go to this object. Therefore, this expression works as expected. That is count plus one, that is one. While this does not work, object dot id, because yeah, this will print object to object one, because the object id is not warped. Okay, so you have to warp this into the reactive. And this as I said, this ref and warping only works in a top level property. You have to remember that. Okay, in the template. Okay, that and in what I mean by that is in the template render context. So here what you do, and yeah, and one more thing I think I can add it here as a 6 point here is that destructing is what this can work. Like reactive can work but not refs. So this is one thing which they are talking about, is that we can destructive id in the top level property. And remember, this id is nothing but a ref. um while in reactivity okay, for this I have to check once again. Destructive, non-destructive friendly, which is non-destructive friendly, guys, which is reactive. My bad, I want to recorrect myself. That when we destruct in a reactive object primitive into local variable, or when we pass that function, we will lose the reactivity connection. Okay, so it says state. Now if I try to destruct it, and now if I try to update the count to plus plus, will it update? No, it will not update. So but in case of ref, the things is quite different. In refs, it is actually what I say, destructive friendly. That what I got to understand. So which we saw here also, that if we take the id here and we try to do a plus plus, uh we just saw that, yeah. And if we try to do the id plus one, now the render result will be to note that. Okay, what we do is just to make sure to test it. I think they have not given a good example of it. So what I do is I take this, yeah, into our vue.sfc. I Let's play it around. So I just paste it. This will be a last example. And now if I do the const equals to id, oh, wait a minute. And now let's try to destruct it. But wait, I have to check one last thing here is, will that actually work or not? That's actually the question. Okay, from this object, let's take the id. And what I will do is id dot value is equals to 9. Now if I try to do this, and if I try to show this here as id, yeah, id is a, see, now if I try to change the value of id, it does update. So destructive is happening in ref. And also, like, let's say if I click on this, and if I change this to id dot value plus plus, let's see, yeah, it works. So destructive works for refs but not for reactive. That's actually catch. Okay guys, thank you for watching. We will be taking the other parts in the next video. Have a nice day.